Okay, let's start with 3 Oms and Sahana Avatu and then Guru Stotra. Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Stotram. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchis Sacharacharam Atpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. So we are doing the 4th chapter of Panchadasi involving the Dvaita Viveka, where we are trying to discriminate. Viveka is discrimination, where discrimination of what is Ishvara Srishti and what is Jiva Srishti. Because we need to know what is created by the Lord and what are we creating in the process. And this discrimination is required because Ishvara Srishti does not cause a problem. It is the Jiva Srishti that causes a problem. So once we know the difference between the two, I can eliminate the Jiva Srishti and still enjoy the Ishvara Srishti as the Vibhuti of the Lord, a glory of the Lord. And that's the beauty of life. So as long as I am living in this world, I can enjoy the beauty of the creation of the Lord while living in this world, knowing very well that it is nothing but apparent creation. That is what. So we are doing the first how Ishvara Srishti is being done, and for that the scripture is being quoted as the means of knowledge for us. The Ishvara himself became many, and he himself entered into each jiva depending upon their vasanas and so on. So all that has been described up to this point. Now we go to the Sloka 12. Maheshwari tu mayaya Maheshwari tu mayaya Tasya nirmana shaktivat Tasya nirmana shaktivat Vidyate moha shakti Shaktischa Vidyate Moha Shaktischa Tam Jivam Mohayatyaso Tam Jivam Yatyaso. Together. Maheshwari tu Mohana Shaktivatu Vidyate Mohana Shaktischa Tam Jivam Mohayasyaso. So Maheshwari is that belong to Maheshwara. So Maheshwari is also Devi. So Ya Devi is Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsthita. That Devi who is in all beings in the form of Shakti. So every Shakti, every force that you have is nothing but Devi Shakti, Deva Shakti only. So we have including all Shaktis starting from Maya Shakti. So originally the Maya Shakti itself is the Parameshwara Shakti, and that is the Maheshwari. So that's why we have the Lord and his escort. Shakti is a feminine. So Lord and escort together all the time. And that's why all our gods are married. Most of our gods are married because they have the powers. Married is nothing but the powers. So Maheshwari tu Mayaya. So this Maheshwari, that belongs to the Maheshwara, that is Lord. Indeed, Ya Mayaya, that which is Maya. Tasya Nirmana Shaktivatu, that which because of which the whole creation is created. Nirmana means creation of that. Shakti, that is the power of creation of the whole universe. So that Moha Shakti Vidyate Asau Tam Jivaha Mohayati. So Tasya, that has, the Maya Shakti has twofold. Now we are looking at the Maya Shakti has two aspects she has. In fact, many aspects are there, but we will at least start with the two aspects. One is the Avarana Shakti, another called Vikshepa Shakti. Avarana Shakti, it covers that Ishvara himself entered into it, and now Maya covers that and says, I am a Jiva. What is that? Just as when I go to Nidra Shakti, when I go to dream, it covers that I am a waker sleeping in the AC room. But now I entered into the dream as an individual and I forget that I am the Jiva sleeping in the AC room, but I am in the forest starving for many years. So that Nidra Shakti covered that. In the same way, Maya Shakti covers that called Avarana Shakti, and that covers that I am the Ishvara occupying this is covered. Now I identify only myself as the Jiva. Individual with this body, mind, intellect only. I am a limited body and limited intellect and limited this. I am only Swalpaha, means small, compared to Ishvara is very big and the universe is different from me. Just as a dream subject thinks that a forest is different and the elephant, that a tiger that is chasing him is different, all the people are different, everybody is different there, even though it is the waking mind that created the whole universe itself also. And that is what is the Moha Shakti. Moha means a delusion that covers that the illusory projection as the plurality is reality is covered, and taken that projection as a real, that is the delusion. So difference between illusion and delusion is there still. That's called the Vikshepa Shakti. The Maya has two powers. One is the covering power, and another is projecting power. The projection of the plurality is there, that still remains, but delusion is covering that I am in fact Ishvara is covered. So knowledge, what happens? Knowledge is Nashto Maha Srutir Labdha Tat Prasadena Mayachyuta. Arjuna says in the end of all the 18 chapters, what he says? Have you understood? Says, yes, Nashto Moha Srutir Labdha. My moha has been gone. No, Sitosmi says that I am going to do Tavavachanam. Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to follow your rules. Because now I understood the delusion is gone, but illusion is still there. So illusion becomes an enjoyment now, vibhuti for that. So this is the moha aspect, moha shaktis, that now we are differentiating in the Maya two Shaktis. One is the Avarana Shakti, another is the Vikshepa Shakti. In the Vikshepa Shakti, I have so many Shaktis also involved. That is a Kriya Shakti and a Jnana Shakti also comes into picture. Kriya means power to project and power to do actions and power to know also. These are again two branches within that. And in the Kriya Shakti, I have so many Shaktis. I can do this, I can do that, and people boast about what all things they can do. All that is coming from that Maya Shakti. Devi only. Without her presence, you cannot do anything. So whenever you can do, now for us as a knowledge, whenever you can do something, recognize that that power is coming from her. Okay, that is the Shakti. The goddess is helping you even to lift my hand because of her. There is nothing I can really do anything without her. That recognition is a knowledge now. All this is only for us to recognize in our day to day. This is what is the power is coming from the totality only. And I am claiming that this is mine, that is of my ignorance. Okay, so that has to, because including heart is pumping, digestive functioning, pranas, breathing, everything is going on without our efforts. All because of that. One day I cannot breathe it and they have to force the air. And that is because, if I can do, then I should be able to do any time. So on, prana, pana, vyana, udana, samana, all physiological functions are being done by that Shakti. That is the Ishwari, Maheshwari, great goddess is the one that is Maya, tasya nirmana shaktivatu, vidyate moha shaktischa, tam jivam mohayatyaso. So asau, this power of delusion, the moha, is tam jivam mohayati. It covers the jiva by a delusion that this whole universe is real because I take myself, I am this body, mind and intellect. So all our problems is trying to solve a problem because we don't like limitation. We are infinite. By nature, we are infinite. That is total. But we take ourselves that we are limited and try to solve a problem. What is the problem? We take ourselves this body, this mind and this intellect, which is this. This is different from I am. So I take myself what I am not as I am and try to solve a problem of this as my problem. And that became a problem. So that is whole jiva samsara is due to wrong notions about myself. And that is tam jivam mohayati asau. So this power of Maya is tam jivam mohayati. It dilutes this jiva because of the avarana, because of the covering of the absolute nature of yourself. How do I remove this avarana? By knowing I am not this, I am the total, through srotavyaha, mantavyaha, through the scriptural study. Because scripture is telling us, you are not this, you are that. That I had to listen to the scriptures. Oh yes, I understood. Understood what? Then tomorrow morning, as soon as you got out of the school, you are back to the same problem. Again, your identification. So understanding has not understanding as a factual understanding. It's only superficial understanding. I have to understand, yes, this is not me. This body, mind is not me. That firm abidance is called jnana nishtha. That is called sthita prajna. Sthita means abidance in the prajna, in the knowledge. And that has to be understood. How do you know I am sthita prajna or not? Oh, I understood. I attended Gita classes and this classes and I've been attending all these classes and now I am sthita prajna. I understood. I can even give talks and all that. So what's the litmus test? Prajayati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. I have no more desires for me. I need this for my happiness. I need that for my happiness. As long as I have that notion that this is me and I need this for my happiness, then I depend on something other than myself for my happiness. That means I have not recognized that I am absolute full happiness itself. So that is the litmus test to know whenever I depend something other than myself, that means I have not realized the happiness is coming from my own source. There is no reason for me to go after anything at all. With that under knowledge, if I do, then it becomes a play. Play is game, I do nothing, I don't have to do anything. but you play just for fun. Just like the last weekend, Saturday, I was playing with my granddaughter, and they say, what is there? She wants to win, but I don't care whether I win or not, but it's fun for her, it is fun and it's fun. So, what kind of this one, whether I win or not is not the problem, but fun is paying. So that knowledge will come once I have complete detachment from the things. So detachment is required, but knowledge also has to be required in the process. So here, the Devi aspect or the Shakti aspect is glorified also in this, and she covers this delusion. So only way to do is request her, and that Saraswati has to come and remove the delusion for her. So now he is going to go slowly into Jiva now. Ishvara Srushti described so much. Now we went to Jiva and defining what is the Jiva Srushti here. How does that come into picture for the next up to 30 sloka, I think. Okay, sloka 13. Mohadanishatam prapya magno vapushi sochati isa srishtamidam dvaitam sarvamuktim samasatah together. Mohadanishatam prapya magno vapushi sochati isa srishtamidam dvaitam sarvamuktim samasatah.
Sarvamuktam in this text.
Sarvamuktam, muktim. Number 13. Sarvamuktam, yes. Sarvamuktim samasatah. So mohat means, this moha means delusion. That delusion is, that illusion is real. That is the delusion. Illusion will be there, plurality will be still there. As long as the body, mind and intellect is there, the plurality will still, this is different, that is different, that is different. By my understanding is different. Even though I am seeing the differences, but I have understood there is one that I am pervading, and that is me only, because it is Satchidananda Swarupam, and I am the Satchidananda Swarupam that is pervading everything too, as Adhishtanam, as the very essence of it. And that is what is to be recognized. That Mohat, Anishatam is that Ishvara, Anishatam, that is, that Ishvaraness is forgotten due to the moha, due to the delusion, due to the power of Maya. So prapya, having attained, so vapushi, in this body, magnaha means identifying myself, I am this. That is sochati, I suffer. When I identify I am the body, then body problem become my problem. How do I identify? We do all the time. So you remember when I'm sitting in front of a lazy, in front of a TV, and after scrumptious dinner in the AC room and lying in the lazy boy chair, I turned the TV on, and suddenly I got involved in the drama of the movie that's going on, and the heroine is suffering and the hero is suffering, and I am crying sitting here, and as though I am suffering because of the heroine. Everybody start crying. Identification. Why are you crying? Why am I crying? I don't know. Because I identify myself with the characters there. So mind is easily identifies when we have attachments. That's what Arjuna's problem also says. Old Gita Upadeshan because of attachment. So this is my guru and my pitamaha, my great grandsire. How come I going to kill? And all our problems is because of that. Whenever we think we are worried, stand back and see that's because of attachment. Okay? So any suffering, stand back, body is going to suffer. Just because you are Vedantin and all that, just because you heard Panchadosi doesn't mean nothing will change. Everything will be exactly same, but yet I can detach myself and look at the problem. The detachment comes only first with the knowledge and with the Karma Yoga and all that has to be done, where identification has to be slowly withdrawn from this world. This is me and this is mine and all that. Ahankara and Mamakara has to be dropped slowly by Karma Yoga and Upasana Yoga and all that. Slowly I get detached and then attached to something higher knowledge. And that is essentially, so identification with the body, I am the body, and that is Magna, Vapushi, Sochati. He suffers because the body naturally undergoes suffering. Body has to go through, as keep changing, and changing is a property of the body, and identifying with the body is, I am undergoing suffering, my knee is problem, I have this problem, I have that problem, all the problems of the body become my problem. And emotional problems becomes my problem. Intellectual problems have become problem. All worries are only at the body level, or the mind level, or the intellect level. Body, mind, intellect will have a problem. Those roles, when I take a role will have a problem, but I am only taking a role as a Vesham, as a drama, and then drama will have a problem, but I don't have a problem. That understanding has to be there. This is Isha Sushtam Idam Dvaitam. So the creation of the Ishvara Idam Dvaitam, the whole creation of the Ishvara Srishti is Sarvam Sanasatam. Some is, in short, is what is the total has been described here. The whole universe is described, Jiva is described, and Jiva forgets this due to Moha and identifies with the local equipment, body, mind, intellect, and then he suffers. And that's how the Ishvara Srishti ends up. The mind, intellect, body, everything is Ishvara Srishti only. Has to be understood. My identification with that I am this is not Ishvara Srishti. That is my problem. Okay, that's where the Jiva Srishti comes into picture. Okay, Sloka 14. Saptanna Brahmano Dvaitam Saptanna Brahmano Dvaitam Jiva Srishtam Prapanchitam Jiva Srishtam Prapanchitam Annani Sapta Jnanena Annani Sapta Jnanena Karmana Janayat Pita Karmana Janayat Pita. Together. Saptanna Brahmano Dvaitam Jiva Srishtam Prapanchitam Annani Sapta Jnanena Karmana Janayat Pita. So this Saptanna Brahmana is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This is called Sapta, just like we have Maitreyi Brahmana, there is a Saptanna Brahmana. That means 7 types of food. So he's going to describe it. So for me, there is no point in telling all that. So as we describe, we will tell. So there are 7 types of food that is there in the Dvaitam, in this duality. We are talking about 7 types of food. Jiva Srishtam Prapanchitam. So this is created by the Jiva. Dvaitam, world of duality, Prapanchitam, is going to be discussed exhaustively in the following. And also it discuss Saptanna Brahmane. In the Saptanna Brahmanam, that is in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, he is just quoting that Upanishad and he is briefly going to describe here, but more detailed account is given in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in the Saptanna Brahmana. Jnanena and Karmana, by the Jnanam and Karma, Sapta Annani, this 7-fold food, Ajanayat, is created. So this 7-fold types of food is created by Jiva as the Dvaitam. So we are going to the Jiva Srishti now. And what is the Saptanna Brahmana? This is exhaustively treated in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So he already gave you reference there. And he is only give you a brief account of it here. For those who want to know more details, you have to go to the original source. So what are the 7 that he is going to tell now? That is Sloka 15. Martyanamekam devanne. Martyanamekam devanne. Dve Pasvannam chaturthakam. Dve Pasvannam chaturthakam. Anyatritaya matmartham. Anyatritaya matmartham. Annanam viniyojanam. Annanam viniyojanam. Together. Martyanamekam devanne. Dve Pasvannam chaturthakam. Anyatritaya matmartham. Annanam viniyojanam. So, Martyanam, for the Martya, for the mortals, essentially for the human beings, Ekam. So, he is going to first tell you what are the 7 things. And then he will go again describe more in detail a little bit. So, Ekam, there are 7. So, he is giving a list here. The first one is the one that people eat. Okay, that's the food. Like wheat and all those, whatever the things that you eat are called one kind of food. Devanne dve. There are 2 for the gods. What are the gods? He is going to describe also that also. There are 2 food for the gods. Pashvannam chaturthakam. The 4th one, that is 1, 2, 3 is for the devas. So 4th one is Pashvannam, for the animals. Whatever the animals eat, that is the 4th kind of food. Anya Tritaya Atmartham. And there are 3 more, because we are already 4. And Tritaya, there are 3 more of Annam, is Atmartham, for the sake of self. Annanam Viniyojanam. This Viniyojanam, this classification of the food has been done in the Upanishad. Okay, this is the reference already given. So there is one food, first one food for the human beings, and 2 type of food for the devas, and 4th one is for the animals, and 3 more for the self. Annam here is food means that what you enjoy. First you say it is not only the food that you eat, but anything that you take in is food. So now, what only you take through the mouth, all through the pancha 5 senses you are taking in, and all that is called annam. So whatever you enjoy, these 5 senses, sense objects, are annam. Follow now? And in that, the 3 is Atma, for the self is going to describe. So once you understand this classification on what basis, then the Upanishad is going to tell us. Okay, what are those 7 food? Now is a little bit description. Vrihyadikam darsha purna. Vrihyadikam darsha purna. Masau kshiram tatha manaha. Masau kshiram tatha manaha. Vak pranascheti saptatvam. Vak pranascheti saptatvam. Annanam avagamyatam. Annanam avagamyatam. Together. Vihyadikam darsa purna. Masau kshiram tatha manaha. Vak pranascheti saptatvam. Annanam avagamyatam. So, Vishyadikam. Vishya is like wheat. Wheat and Vishya is related. Wheat, etc. or Adikam, etc. Wheat, rice, all the vegetarian food is described. So he has not described for human beings non-vegetarian food in this. So from the Upanishad, this is not my story. This is what the scripture says. Vrihyadikam. This is for the number 1 food for all the human beings. This is the food that people enjoy, and that is 1. Darsha Purna Masau. So Darsha Purna Masau, these are 2 for the gods, and those who do rituals properly, they offer during the Darsha Yaga and the Purna Masa Yaga. This is during Amavasya and Paurnami, you have to do Tarpanam. I don't know, those who are doing Tarpanam, they know, they have to offer through Pitru Devatas and all that, you have to offer as an obligation for you to offer. This is as a human being, once you have to do Tarpanam. For those who are eligible to do Tarpanam, have to do it, because this is the food for the gods. Gods include all the Pitrulokas, all other lokas, higher lokas. And for that, when we do tarpanam, those who are not doing for their parents and all that, we do for the other people, those who are not doing for their parents also, we do tarpanam also. Because they are not useless, they are useless fellows, they are not doing it. For you also, we are doing it, tarpanam also, there is a part of it is done. So, Darsha Purnamasa. Darsha Purnamasa is during the full moon day and new moon day, we offer to those. Those are the two foods of the Devas. So remember, the one food is for the Martyas, and that food that we offer through the mantra. Along with the mantra, when we offer the tarpanam, those are the two foods for the gods. Why do we have to give it to the gods? Because the gods are the one who gives you everything else. Because they want, this is in the 3rd chapter of Gita, it says, you have to please the gods and they will please you back. This is mutual pleasing. How do they please? They are the potential, productive potential in all the fields of activities, is the Devas also. So that's what is described in the 3rd chapter of Gita. So here, these are the two foods that are offered to the gods. That's why in all the homamans, all that, we invoke through the pour, say swaha, swaha, swaha. We are offering to the gods all that, and the Agni is carrying that food to the gods. Is a vehicle for the carrying of that. Kshiram tadha manaha. So kshiram is tadha kshiram, milk, etc. for the animals. So remember, there are first one is for human beings, 2 for the devas, and 1 for the animals. Animals starts living from the kshiram, from the milk, and so on. So giving example here. Then we need 3 more for the self, right? So vak, manaha, vak, pranaha, chaiti. So there saptatvam. So there are 3 more. What are the 3 for the self? He says vak, prana, and then it is the manaha, vak, pranaha. So there are 3. Vak, the manaha, mind, and whatever you take with the mind is the food for the self. Because all that punyam, papam is at the mind level. And it is the one that carries the self from jiva to one loka to other loka. Because this body, all the food that you ate in the body takes only. Annamaya kosha only. Now other koshas that are like food is coming from the vasanas and all that. That means whenever I perform good action, I am getting a good merits, and when I am getting a papam, I am getting a bad merits. All that is carried to, that is the food of the jiva. That comes from the manaha. That manaha, mind, includes all the jnanendriyas, and all the things are also involved. So jnanendriyas are part of the manaha, because it's not listed here. Prana includes all the physiological functions are also part of the mind that you take. And vak is speech. Speech is essentially karmendriyas. So karmendriyas and jnanendriyas already covered in the manas. So all that package is for the jiva food. Okay, so now you have, so not only what we eat physically, but what you eat through the mentally eat through what? Through all the 5 senses. So what you do for the, what you see, what you hear, all that is that part of the jiva srishti also. So I cannot change what I see. So by closing my eyes, I know I have to close. You remember there's 3 monkeys. Close your eyes, and I don't want to hear bad things. So how do you know it is bad or not? Unless you first I see. So our scriptures is Bhadram Karne Visrunuyama Devaha. So we request, oh Lord, please let me hear only the auspicious things. That means whenever I hear, convert that into auspicious thing. I don't know what is unauspicious, but how do I convert that into auspicious? By seeing your presence there. Okay? So he says, oh, God also in this form also occurring also. So when I am present, bring the Lord Ishvara into that, then automatically it becomes Mangalanancha Mangalam. He is the auspicious and auspicious of the auspicious also. And that becomes essentially how I convert something that I have no control on. So here we don't have control on that. Now we have to pay more attention to what we are here, to listen to what it is. And same way, the people who are railing also, they have to pay more attention to if they want to listen. If they want to listen bhajan also, they can listen. That's also that their karma. So all that is part of it. We cannot control. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Those that are beyond our control, let there be Shanti. Let there be quiet at least. So our mind is getting prepared for that acceptance. So Vak, Manaha, Vak, Pranaha, Cha, Iti, Saptattvam. Like that there are 7 kinds. So he has now listed what are the 7 food that are described in the Brihadaranyaka, that Brahmana. Annanam avagamyatam. So those are the food that need to be understood. Avagamyam is to be understood. Okay, Sloka 17. Ishena yajjapyetani, Ishena yajjapyetani, nirmitani swarupataha, nirmitani swarupataha, tathapi jnana karmabhyam, jivo kashit tadannatam, Jivo kashit tadannatam. Together. Ishena yajjapyetani nirmitani swarupataha tathapi jnana karmabhyam jivo kashit tadannatam. So yajjapi, although etani, all these 7 types of food, Ishena, by Ishvara, Swarupata, by himself he has created all this. Nirmitani. Tathapi, even then, Jiva Jnana Karma Abhyam, Jiva Jnana Karma. These are the now 2 powers that are coming to Jiva. Jiva is called Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti is expressed at the Jiva level. I have a capacity to do and I have a capacity to know. These are broader aspects of the Jiva Shakti is there, from the Maya Shakti is coming in. So this is, by this I am able to do whatever the food is that is coming in, I can convert this for my benefit or for my degradation also. By jnana and karma. By karma yoga, I can convert the activities that I am involved in, that is taking from all the 5 senses and all that, and perform the actions as bringing Ishvara into picture, offering to the Ishvara as my prayer to the action. So every action becoming a prayer to the Lord, whatever I do has become a prayer, and then I convert that as prasadam, because I am offering to the Lord. Before I taking, Atma, before self is taking, I am converting into the prasadam by Ishvara Arpitam. When I take prasadam, there is no reaction. Is it good or is it bad? Is it tasty? Is it salty? All those questions I don't ask when somebody gives a prasadam. Same way, action is neither good or bad because it is given Ishvara. It is coming from prasadam, from the Lord. Therefore, I accept it as that. So my attitude toward the action also changes. Therefore, it gets sanctified also. The vasanas get sanctified, neutralized. And that is how the jnana karma abhyam. So I do have, use this jnana and karma, I can go up in my ladder in the evolution, or I can go and damn myself also. So terrorists and also they use jnanam. They use the knowledge how to destroy others. So I can use that knowledge to do. So jnana, because they have jnana shakti coming from Maya only. Because they have capacity to do. So that also I can use it, but what makes me whether to go up or not, that is my choice, and that is Jiva Srishti. If I want to go down, I going to suffer the consequence of my action. I may destroy other people, but that result of action, I will be destroyed also. I have to suffer. So every activity that I do with the notion that I am a doer, I have to enjoy the consequence of that action, good or bad. But if I am doing for the Lord, He is also coming to enjoy with you, right? So that polishes that. But when I recognize that He Himself is doing everything, not even me, then He takes the responsibility. But when He is doing, don't interfere. You become like a flute where divine music will go through the body and comes out. What comes out is his music only. When I surrendered completely at his hands, then beautiful music only comes out because it is in his hands. He doesn't do adharma because he is the Lord. So whatever he does is for his benefit. His benefit is Ishvara's benefit. Who is Ishvara? Everything. So for everything else benefit, it is Loka Kalyanam, for the benefit of everything, not for the individual jiva benefit. So that conversion capacity, jnanam, shakti is also there. So tadhapi jnana karmabhyam jivo akarshayit. So therefore that he has made that capacity is there and he can utilize that capacity for his benefit, and that's where the jiva dvaitam comes into picture, the duality that I can create. So I have a capacity to create also. How do I create? I can beautify the creation. Right? That everybody, oh, what a beautiful creation. Everybody enjoys, and that I create, generations can get benefited out of it. Or I can destroy other people's creation also. That's what people are doing, right? This Afghanistan, they destroyed the Buddha that was there before. What a beautiful system by fanatism. That also capacity is given. Why did they get that? That is also Daivi. But to use it, that is the Jiva is using it, and therefore that becomes a Jiva Srishti only. So what should I do with the capacity that I have? This is what, if I am a Vedantic student, whatever the capacity that I have, Lord has given me, I have to make use of it to beautify the life itself. That is what I have. I don't have money, I don't have picture, whatever. Otherwise, sit down and do prayer. That you can do. Pray for the benefit of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. If you can do something and don't escape that doing, do it for the benefit, whatever you can do. If you have $1, you can give $50 for other people. Right? So that is, he's more rich man than fellow millions of dollars and doesn't give anything. So that's the one. So here he is classifying where the Jiva Srishti is coming into picture. There is a Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, and that can be used in terms of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga also. So Lokeshmin Dvividhanishta Pura Prokta Mayanaga Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. So there are two paths that are defined, and that comes from the Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, and that's being here. Tadapi Jnana Karma Abhyam Jivo Akarshit Tad Annadam. Now, so that is we have now Ishvara Srishti is there and Jiva Srishti is there. So for me, there is a stone is there, that is Ishvara Srishti. I'm giving an example. There is a stone, is Ishvara Srishti. Suppose I am a sculptor, I beautifully make a statue out of it. Then that is a Jiva Srishti out of Ishvara Srishti. Because whatever I am doing using the Ishvara Srishti only, I cannot create something new that is not there in the universe. So even a human being creation is, he has to utilize the Ishvara Srishti and convert it into more beautification that it gives. Because the human being has the capacity to think. Whereas the beautiful flowers and all that, it is naturally is coming. Rose is beautiful by nature because Lord himself is taking care of it. So rose itself is beautiful, the lily is beautiful, each has a different, its own capacity taking from the mud and the water, converting into a beautified, right? After all, it's the mud and the same mud and all that. What a creation. That creating such a beauty out of it. Lotus sitting in the muddy water and beautifully creating the beautiful flowers. If nature can do it, I should learn from the nature. In the case of a human being, Lord has given us intellect now, jnanam, for us to beautify ourselves to the capacity that we have. In whatever capacity that we have to beautify our life. That Shakti is part of the Jnana Shakti and the Kriya Shakti. So let's do the 18. Isha karyam jiva bhogyam jagadvabhyam samanvitam pitrubjanya bhartrubhogya Pidrujanya bhartrubhogya yatha yeshitepyatam yasha yatha yoshitepyatam yatha yoshitepyatam. Together, Isha Karnam Jiva Bhogyam Jagadbhavyam Samanvitam Pitujanya Bhartru Bhogya Yatha Yoshitepyatam. So, Jagat, this world, means all these 5-7 foods that we describe, Isha Karyam, it is created by the Lord. I didn't create wheat. Wheat is there. It's a part of the Lord creation. I am making use of the wheat for making different varieties of food also, right? Chapati, gipati, whatever I do, we have to first recognize that it is coming from Him. No, I bought it in the shop. How did you get the shop fellow? A farmer has to convert, that is coming from the mud, has to be converted into a food there. That is Isha. So what does Lord do? Remember, Balavihar children say, a black cow eating a green grass and making a white milk, that is Ishvara Srishti. So a mud which is useless mud, and all the junk we put it as the fertilizer and water and convert that into a beautiful food that we can also enjoy it. That is Ishvara Srishti. So whenever I am enjoying it, recognize that Ishvara Srishti there. Okay? That is Brahmarpanam, Brahmavihi, Brahmagyo, Brahmanautam. When I am offering to the Lord. Oh Lord, it is you who gave all this. In fact, it is Him only in a different form. That is called Brahmarpanam. I am meeting Brahman, Lord only in the form. And digesting is also Lord only. So everything is done by. But very recognition of that prepares my mind sattvic. Okay, that's what is important. We don't recognize it. All this knowledge is only to recognize the presence of the Lord all the time. Because He is there all the time. So we need a vision properly to see the Lord everywhere. Because He is already there. But I am not seeing. Because I have to open my eyes. How do I open? With the Jnana Chakshu. With the wisdom eye, I have to open it. And that is what the scripture says. Isha Karyam Jiva Bhogyam. So whatever the creation of the Ishvara is now enjoyment for the Bhoga of the Jivas. Jagad Dvabhyam. Jagat Dvabhyam. Dvabhyam means these two, this world that is involving the Ishvara Srishti and Jiva Srishti. Dvabhyam Samanvitam is endowed with, Yatha is endowed with these two. Is he giving an example here? Is a male chauvinistic example a little bit. He says, Yatha Yoshit Pitrujanya, just as the beautiful girl is created by the parents. The Pita means it includes Pita and Mata. Just as the beautiful girl is created by the parents, and for whose bhogyam? Enjoyment of somebody else who is born somewhere else. We're going to marry her. so that is essentially somebody else is going to enjoy. Yatha Yoshitap Yatha. So Bhartru Bhogya, bar the enjoyment of the. So wife means wife and husband also. Husband enjoy wife, wife enjoy wife. All that creation we are enjoying is just like that. He's giving an example that Creator is creating, but enjoyment is coming at the Jiva level. Whether I want to enjoy or not, it is Jivas. Right? So that is your choice. Whether you want to marry or I'm not going to marry. Okay, that's your choice. So that is Jiva Srishti comes into picture. Ishvara Srishti, everything is created for one. So depending upon my vasanas, I'm going to enjoy or not. I don't like this, I don't want to enjoy, I like that. So I'm going after direction where I like things and avoid things. That's my problem. Likes and dislikes are nothing to do with Ishvara. Ishvara is, everything is samam, samoham, created beautifully. Everything has its role in this society, including dandelions, including the, the weeds. So it gives exercise for you to pull and all that. So it is important. So everything has, so anything that useless means we have not found the use of it yet. That's all it means. So I read recently in the Yahoo this one, the leaves of in the Tamil called Mullanga, or what do you call the drumstick.
Murungakai.
Murungakai. They call Murunga or something. In English also same name, Tamil name is modified. And the leaves are supposed to be the most nutritious leaves, it seems. Very good food. Yeah, and they are drying it and selling it as a natural in the natural stores. So I don't know whether they are available here. Here available?
You go to Korean markets, you get everything.
Is it right? Because I went to this Korean market, it's not there. They call lammu, some other name is there. But anyway, they taste like a little bit sourish or something. It's good for the all. So that is a Ishvara Srishti. Powder they make it. Okay. Anyway, it's not. Anyway, we are looking at the back. Pitrujanya bhartabhogya yatha yoshitepyata. So Pitrujanya, born out of bhartabhogya, is enjoyment of the spouse. Tata iti epyatam. That's how you have to understand these 7 foods that are being described before. Okay, Sloka 19. Maya vrutyatmako isha. Maya vrutyatmako isha. Sankalpa sadhanam janau. Sankalpa sadhanam janau. Mano vrutyatmako jiva. Mano vrutyatmako jiva. Sankalpo bhoga sadhanam. Sankalpo bhoga sadhanam. Together. Maya vrutyatmako isha. Sankalpa sadhanam janau. Mano vrutyatmako jiva. Sankalpo bhoga sadhanam. So here is defining the Maya Shakti of the Ishvara by Sankalpa Matrena, by mere thinking the whole universe is created from the Ishvara point. So there's a Sankalpa is what? The determination. How did he get? It is because of the Maya Shakti. What is Maya Shakti? Vasanas of all beings put together is the potential of that, is the Maya Shakti. And that provides a Sankalpa for the Lord to create the whole universe. And same way happens at the Jiva also. So same variety is giving a parallel system. Mano vrutyatmako Jiva Sankalpo bhoga sadhanam. So I get a desire to enjoy this. Suddenly, hey, how about pizza today? Or Chinese food today? What do I get? Because of my previous vasanas, if I don't know anything about Chinese food, I won't have that desire at all. Because in the past I enjoyed Chinese food and I have that vasana is left in my mind, that comes as a desire in my mind, says, hey, come on, let's have this today, or let's have this. So all our desires are propelled by our vasanas, and that becomes a sankalpa, as a desire in our mind. That is called sankalpa. So sankalpa means whenever you are performing even any ritual also, says I am taking a contract, I am the one who is doing this. Also you take a sankalpa, I am a doer. So I am an enjoyer. I want to enjoy the benefits of this, whatever karma that I want to do for this benefit. So for my benefit I want to do. For our benefit, let's go to this place for enjoyment. All that is sankalpam, with desire prompted, and that's how we create our vasana, we create our world. Why we are going into that place? Because we have desire for it. Other fellow goes to satsang and all that because he has desire for that. So going to satsang is also desire and vasana, but that desire eliminates other desires. You have to follow that. That desire takes away because you are taking towards the higher. And the other one, you are going to that also. Mano vruttya atmako jivaha. So mano vruttya atmaka, it is the manifestation at the mind level as a sankalpa, jiva sankalpa, for bhoga sadhanam, for enjoying. When I enjoy, what happens? When I enjoy, not only there is a tangible immediate enjoyment, but it leaves again impression to my mind to repeat again in the future. So that becomes a vasana, and therefore karma, again to janma, again karma. So I'm getting into entangled. So there is no problem in enjoying, but whenever I enjoy with a egotistical notion, then I am going to have. So how should I enjoy then? I have desires. What do I do? So not to have desire is no advice. So only way enjoy is take him also with you. Lord also with you. Lord, you also enjoy because you don't have these vasanas, so let me also give you all. But when you enjoy the vasanas, when you enjoy with the Lord, you are bringing the Lord, therefore only dharmic things. So you don't overeat. You do what is to be needed. Overeating is greediness, right? Eating more than what you need is greediness. So what you need has to be. So sankalpa matrena. So he's going to give another example to illustrate where the Ishvara Srishti versus the Jiva Srishti comes into picture. And this is an example that you read. When you read, we know what it means. Isha nirmita manyadau Isha nirmita manyadau vastunyeka vidhe stite vastunyeka vidhe stite bhoktrudhi vrutti nanatvat bhoktrudhi vrutti nanatvat tadbhogo bahudhishyate tadbhogo bahudhishyate. Together. Isha nirmita manyadau vastunyeka vidhe stite bhoktrudhi vrutti nanatvat tadbhogo bahudhishyate. So here a creation, Isha nirmita manyadau, mani adau, so mani adau. So mani is the diamond, is Isha nirmitam. Isha nirmitam means created by Ishvara, adau, mani etc. are created by the God. Oh, we have man-made diamonds, people say. I am a material scientist, I know what it means. We man-made. Man cannot make unless the possibility to making is the Ishvara is given. You need a high temperature, high pressures to make that particular kind of carbon into that form, crystallized form. So for me to crystallize in that diamond structure, I have to use a very high temperatures and high pressures, and that's what Lord does it. And capacity to do that also Lord has provided a means for me to also make it using the Ishvara Shakti only. So therefore, all diamonds are made by the Lord Himself. So vastuni eka vidha. Given one object sito, there is a diamond there. Or because all the diamonds are there, diamonds there given there. But how one jiva looks at the diamond is completely different between jiva to jiva. For me, material scientists will say, oh, this is all nothing but carbon. Graphite is also carbon, diamond is also carbon, and charcoal is also carbon. These are carbon only. If you burn it, it'll become carbon dioxide only. It's nothing but. So what is the difference between diamond versus? It's only packaging. Carbon atom is packaged differently. Is one a diamond, one is a graphite, another is a charcoal, and everything can become ash also in the end if you want to burn it. So Isha nirmita mani, so vastuni aneka vidha stitau. So one can have only one, but can be seen differently. Bhoktrudhi vrutti nanatvat. So bhoktrudhi with the desire to enjoy it differently by different people. One wants to buy it and put it in the ring, and one wants to put it in somewhere else, and all sorts of varieties of desires are there for the same diamonds. And that depends upon individual vasanas, jiva srishti. So let me create necklace out of it, create ring out of it. So different things. That is because of the vasanas of individuals only. Tat bhoga bahudeshyate. So that bhoga, the experience of that object is different for different people, and that is the jiva srishti. So Ishvara Srishti is being utilized as many varieties by a Jiva Srishti, and depending upon his vasanas. So here what is the difference between Ishvara Srishti and Jiva Srishti? It's the Ishvara Srishti is for the total vasanas of all jivas. That is the root cause of creation. And Ishvara Jiva Srishti, the vasanas of individual vasanas become a cause for his Jiva Srishti. So with that, so suppose if I don't have any vasanas, if Jiva doesn't have any vasanas, then the Jiva Srishti is not there. Ishvara Srishti, whatever enjoys as it is. Okay? So a person who doesn't have any vasanas, we call him a Mahatma, because whatever acts he does is only acts because of what that he wants it. He does it because of the Loka Kalyanam, for the benefit of the totality, whatever he does. Therefore, he is nothing but, this is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha. So we praise him because he is acting as though he is the Ishvara now. Because he is only playing only with Ishvara, there is no Jiva Srishti involved. So,
Jivan Mukta.
yeah. So therefore, what is the realization of, with this understanding, what do we have to realize? We have to realize the Ishvara Srishti is not a problem. But Ishvara Shuddhi can be utilized properly for the creation and beautification of the Ishvara only. With that attitude for the benefit of the totality, then it's the beauty. Otherwise, it becomes a fishness spots into community. I want and my want, I and mine, that ahankara and mamakara clouds the issue, and that's where the Jiva Srishti comes into picture. So realization or God realization is recognize the presence of the Lord everywhere, in everything also, including this body, mind and intellect. Is a Ishvara Srishti only. Then what am I? Who am I? I am nothing but Ishvara only, with that understanding. So that is the Atma, is same as self. We stop here. 20 sloka. Let's do Purnamada Purnamidam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Let me stop this.